action.
Rawr.
Hello, everyone. So this is, I guess, part one of our watch through of all the Godzilla movies.
Yes.
And now we get what? Oh no, a cat.
Godzilla.
No,
Yeah.
it's Catzilla versus Godzilla.
She was watching it too.
No, oh, you're ruining the shot. Oh no.
What's wrong with your legs?
See?
Look at her legs. How that
What?
works. Like this is how you actually. You're
Oh.
supposed to have.
Yeah, you're supposed to be
your
like
shins on the ground.
on your knees.
But her knee,
That-
she has like backwards knees or something.
Dude,
Oh,
Get
yeah. Get better in the shot.
yeah.
But yeah,
Oh.
her legs are all wrong.
Oh no! Oh no! Can you see? Oh, she's in the way. So yes, we're doing a Godzilla marathon watch through thing, and we just
Yeah, just talk.
Hi. So we just finished watching the first Gojira and Godzilla raids again.
Yes,
Who are you?
I am Alkiosaur. Algasaur.
I'm
Okay, yeah, Alkiosaurus the Baron.
the upset Tugboatosaurus. And we finished watching both of them, and so what do we think? Good or bad? Do you recommend?
Good or bad? Well,
'Cause these are like very old movies, like back from the 50s.
yes. Well, I don't know if the question of good or bad would really come into this. The first movie, obviously, is like it seemed out of the two. The first movie is like an actual movie,
Yeah.
but the second one, if you're like a kid who likes all of the models getting blown up and
Yeah.
stuff, the second one is very much for you.
Yeah, it's kind of like the first movie was a big hit. They rushed a sequel,
Yeah.
which was
I don't
not
know.
as good.
Did the same guy direct the sequel as the first one?
Yes.
Oh, okay, because it wasn't as good.
But you'll just have to deal with the cat in the background.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know
was
people.
going somewhere
I
with
know
this.
people really hate cats. Watching cats in their videos. Everyone hates that. You'll just have to deal with it.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. There were perspective shots still, because you would
Okay.
get some shots in the second one of. So you'd be far away sometimes, see lots of buildings. So
Wow.
it was, but it. Yeah, the second movie, it did feel rushed.
Yeah.
Like it was just an
yeah.
action movie. And, well, also, I guess the main thing was because, like, the first movie, like, seemed to have some themes underneath it that sort of helped the movie go along. And this one has... It's not talking about anything else, basically.
Right. So yeah, let's get into it then. So the first movie, it actually has a couple of different titles because of its how it was distributed, like in Japan and then in America. So in America, there's actually two versions of this movie: the original Gojira, which released in Japan, which is just the regular movie as it is. But in America, they inserted Raymond Burr into most of the shots for the movie for the American audience.
Well, a lot of the
Right,
scenes
so-
would be... they would take scenes from the movie. They would and they'd be like having conversation, and Raymond Burr would be in another shot, and he'd be going, "What are they talking about?"
原因は何でしょう全然見当がつきませんまるで明
Mind
神
telling me what they're discussing?
いきなり
We're at a loss to explain how their ship could disappear so suddenly.
Yeah.
And then a Japanese guy or someone else would be there saying, "Well, he's explaining about how Godzilla is actually 200 meters tall and has 30 different kinds of superpowers."
He's
And-
2 million years old,
yeah.
according to 1950s paleontology.
It can safely be assumed that 2 million years ago, this Brontosaurus and other ancient reptiles roamed the earth.
Oh, I just looked. Looked it up. Actually, the oldest artifacts we found are 3 million years old. Knives from 3 million years ago.
Wow.
So, there you go. People walked with the dinosaurs.
Wow.
But yeah, so it was a bit shorter too. It cuts out a lot of like the procedural stuff in the first movie, because it starts out with you have this mysterious thing happens, then scientists come over, investigate, then they go over to the government and tell them what they found, and then
the government wants to keep it a secret.
And then half hour in we get the first dialogue between the two main characters.
Yeah.
Be careful of Kitty. She's
Yeah.
just sitting there. Where was I?
Pet the kitty. You good kitty. Here you go.
Yeah, because they had like this interesting like procedural part of it where Godzilla's coming, and then in the middle or near the end of the second act, the Godzilla destroys the city. So like our two main characters show up. There's like three, but one main character discovered a terrible weapon that takes the oxygen out of water.
Dr. Serizawa.
It's Dr. Serizawa, the one-eyed man. He lost his eye to lack of moisture or something.
It was because of the war. He lost his eye.
Ah, okay. And
Remember that war that happened just a couple decades earlier?
1954, so not even a decade, 9 years. 45.
45. Okay.
August of
So
45
9 years, yeah.
was when Oppenheimer dropped the bomb on Hiroshima.
Well, he seemed kind of young for his age, though. That Serizawa guy.
Well, if he was 19, he'd be 29, but whatever.
Yeah.
What am I? Oh yeah, and then so it turns out, one of these main characters invented this terrible thing that take the oxygen out of water, so they decide to use it on Godzilla. We don't get any more Godzilla destroying the city scenes. It's now just arguments over ethics.
Yeah.
Over using the bomb, and then...
Which you don't really have in the preceding Godzilla movies.
No, well, they don't even have like a terrible weapon. They just go, let's bury him.
Yeah.
They have a very long underwater sequence. Underwater sequences, even for this newest Avatar movie, are always a bad idea in movies. It always slows it down to a crawl. And then so...
Because everything's slow underwater.
Yeah. And you can't speed it up.
Yeah.
And unlike space, where you move faster because there's no friction. But
everything is slow for some reason.
Well, I guess that more has to do with the cumbersome suits that they wear, trying to move around. Oh, and also the underwater training they do that we see. But that's very much digression. Oh yeah, so they're underwater, and then Godzilla appears and turns into a skeleton.
Yeah.
But that main character also decides to kill himself so that his knowledge of the super weapon goes with him.
So it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
But that's interesting how was... Well, yeah, because they still have this idea in movies, even now, where you have one scientist who discovers this thing and no one else in the world knows about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, at the same time with Oppenheimer, like, he didn't have the secret of the bomb. There was thousands of people involved in building and discovering it.
So, bye, kitty.
Because, like, to figure out to take oxygen out of water, you'd probably need far more resources than a single lab.
Yeah. Especially if you want to, like, make the sort of bomb, or not bomb thing the device thing he had with him at the end. You kind of need, like, a whole facility to manufacture that.
Yeah, just manufacture this stuff.
Like this was at its time it kind of pioneered a new type of special effect with the guys in suits.
Yeah, and it'd be, I guess, models would be the other thing.
Yeah.
But thinking about it, 54. When was Thunderbirds or Gary Anderson?
It was like in the 60s.
Yeah, I think Gary Anderson started stuff in the 50s, so like they're kind of similar anyway in that. Because Gary Anderson sort of wanted to, it would be easier to replace special effects with just models. So he created marionettes so that you could have space action without having to blow up real ships. But then CG sort of got rid of the need for that.
Yeah. CG was the new puppets.
Yeah, that just sort of swept everything away, basically.
And the new stop motion.
Because, like, stop motion people in suits, because, like, none of the new Godzilla movies have... Well, maybe they're... Actually, no, CG actually allowed for better people in suit stuff. because it's now called motion capture. So they move, and then they can put the suit around them afterwards.
Or like CG the monster onto their motion capture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
yes.
now men
Yes.
in suits is actually now the main way they do.
Well,
things.
I guess they're now just like in green suits with dots on them.
Yeah. But it's still like the physicality of the actor still matters, though. Man.
Yeah.
So like
yeah,
it didn't just sort of erase the art of pretending to be a monster, basically.
Well, yeah, there was a time when they considered using stop motion for Godzilla.
Yeah, but it's easier to just move your arm.
Yeah, like it was actually much cheaper and much faster to do it with suits. Turns out.
And yeah, they used just a couple of stop motion bits.
Yeah, like for a car flipping over, and also hand puppets. How do you think that held up?
Well, pretty good. It was directed and felt like a real movie because it had like they tried to like put more in it, like using because it's not it's not just that the nuclear weapons created these things. That's the legacy of nuclear weapons. It's also now the Japanese have this weapon as well with the oxygen ripper. And so they have discussions about, well, yeah, is it ethical to use it at all? Or should it be destroyed?
Yeah, that was actually things you didn't really see in the movies of that time either. It was more like this was actually more story driven because it has like other stories other than the monster going on.
Because it's more interesting when you both have like the tension of the monster destroying everything if you're going to live and die, but there's also the interesting tension of what's the right course of action.
That too. And also the characters. Like you kind of want to be interested in the characters if they're going to be like the main thing you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is just pretty good. Like it had a story about a love triangle between Serizawa and the other guy and his girlfriend, who is arranged to be married to the doctor, but she wants to go with this other guy. But I mean, like all of that put together, that's I think made what makes it an actually good movie rather than just a good monster movie. Like it's all pretty well rounded.
Yeah, it wasn't just the fact that they put in characters; it's all the direction of it too, because it's like it's
which also, like also the human story ties into the main monster story too.
Yeah. Because like he uses a lot of perspective shots actually in this, where you see the monster. Like when we first see Godzilla, he's behind the mountain and we're sort of looking at it.
There's that iconic shot of Godzilla, the puppet monster coming right from over the mountain.
Which you don't get as much in the second movie, and the movies that come afterwards start looking like sort of the Power Ranger fight sometimes.
Yeah.
Where you don't get any perspective at all. It's obviously guys in suits fighting over models.
Yeah, you see a lot of good perspective shots, like looking up at Godzilla, really selling like the size of this creature.
Yeah, because people way forget too much. Special effects is just part of the tools. Yeah. Like the shooting and the lighting and the acting and everything else all is part of the special effects too, of selling the special effects.
I guess that's all we have to say. Or do you have notes or something on this?
For notes wise, yeah, that was... And I said Ironside skips most of the investigation part. Even though Ironside was a prosecutor? Or no, defendant?
Raymond Burr?
Defendant. Yeah, in the movie, or the television series Ironside.
Oh, yeah.
And he is also Canadian as well.
Also, do you remember...
Raymond Burr.
Do you remember what was the name of his character in Godzilla, King of the Monsters?
Oh, wait, it was something really strange. And Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because that is like a super generic name, but then, of course, someone became famous with that generic name.
Yeah. Actually, they brought the character back for Godzilla in 1987. But that was the time when the comedian Steve Martin became really big, so they had to change his name to... Like, they just call Raymond Burr Mr. Martin.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So, now, final question. Which version do you prefer? The American version or the Japanese version?
The Japanese version, yeah, it's obviously not cut up and weird like the other version. But it's just fun to watch anyway. The second version, because it's just funny and awkward the way Raymond Burr's just shoehorned in there.
Yeah.
なおかつ生命を保っているゴジラを何を
I'm
もって
afraid my Japanese is a little rusty.
まずあの不思議な生命力を研究することこそ
He says that Odo Island is close to the area where the disasters have taken
大
place.
事な機運です
And I don't know. I think there may have been more special effects actually in this one than the other one. But yeah, they seem to cut a lot of stuff too.
Yeah. It's sort of cut differently too. They had like that intro where you see the city already destroyed,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and the rest of
It's
it's just
like,
a flashback with Raymond Burr narrating what's going on.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. Join us next time. Tell us, what's your favorite Godzilla movie? Give me some engagement, please.
Do it now. Do it. Do it now. Do it now. I can see you with my eye. I'm dead. Do I get to come back?
Oh yeah, you come back.
Okay. Do they all come? No, every time I look at this, it does just look like a guy who's on all fours.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Well, no, that's what I mean. That's amazing. Like, they didn't, they were accurate to it. So if they did the toy of it, it would probably look a bit different.
Yeah, these models are very accurate. They're very film accurate.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I like them a lot. Bye.
Bye.